Yeah. Y'all already know what it is. You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There you go, talking that boxing again. Yeah, what's happening with y'all? Yeah, let's get it. And before we get in the building, make sure when you get in the building, make sure that you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subbed to the channel. And jump in the comments. We definitely gonna cook today. OTB, what's happening with it? Salute. Hey, it was tough up there yesterday, man. It's different when you got to get up on that, you know what I'm saying, on that big stage. Johnny Q, what it do? Big Tony, Joshua Hawkins, Jay West, Mr. Mechanical. Yeah. And like I said, y'all smash that like button. You know what? Let me cut this TV off in the background. Give me 1 second. What's happening with it? AJ64, Mr. Shelton in the building. Knockout Boxing 86 TV in the building. What's happening with it? OTB says facts. Not to mention you up there with a whole pit bull. I mean, I heard that call out from BFTV too, talking about nobody can fuck with him. Hey, bro, he ain't the king of debating. You know what I'm talking about? I don't turn down no motherfucking smoke. So all that shit, I'm the king of debating and can't nobody fuck with me. Yeah, I got something else to say about that. But, you know, salute to BFTV, my brother, and OTB. Salute to both of y'all, you know, getting up there. And, yeah, you know, it ain't as easy as it looked. But I was born, you know what I'm saying? I came out the womb debate ready. And BFTV, he ain't the only one that didn't study or do none of that shit, because I didn't do none of it neither. All my shit was off the top of my head too. Yeah, I can't tell him that, Knockout. I sure can't tell him that. Yeah, but respect to BFTV and OTB, you know? It was rough at times. It was rough at times, OTB, you know. Like I said, man, I was in there neutral. I wasn't one of them dudes that was like, man, OTB gonna get murdered, and I just went to watch neutrally. I wanted to see, you know, what y'all was gonna do. And you, my brother, OTB, I gotta keep it real. That shit was looking real bad, bro. I don't know if you was high. Don't smoke no weed next time you debate. Don't smoke no weed before you debate next time. Hey, that shit was bad. Hey, you practice, and you get better. And y'all hit the like button. It don't cost nothing, like my man say. It don't cost nothing, like Lola say. Yeah, man. Oh man. OTB, don't smoke no motherfucking weed next time before you debate. I seen the highness in your body when, you know what I'm saying, when you froze up. But yeah, Mr. Mechanical, AJ64. Let me see. And y'all hit the like button. I just, hey, why, hey, why Knockout and BFTV kept turning their camera off though? Why y'all kept turning y'all camera off, laughing in the background and shit? You know what I'm saying? My man couldn't concentrate. OTB was looking at the motherfucking comments. He high as shit. So when you're high, that shit make everything more intense. So he hella high. He looking at he trying to read the comments. He looking at Knockout. Knockout flipping, turning his camera on and off and shit, laughing in the background. Goddamn, BFTV got his camera on, cracking up, laughing. Then he gonna turn this shit off. It's like, man, y'all was doing too much. Y'all was doing too much. Y'all ain't let OTB get. Hey, Knockout, I don't want to hear that shit. You was cutting your camera off, laughing in the background, nigga. Hey, he said he turned his camera off because he gonna be professional no matter what. Knockout was cracked down on the goddamn. Knockout had knocked out his goddamn computer camera and everything. He was laughing, rolling all on the ground and shit. Y'all was wrong for that. Y'all was wrong for that. Hey, but OTB. The good thing about the whole motherfucking debate is it can't get worse than that unless you step in the ring with me. But other than that, it can't get worse than that. Patrick Lynch in that super chat already coming through, showing love and support for the channel, man. I appreciate you. But yeah, it can't get worse than that. You know, unless you step in the arena with me. Hold on, y'all. Hey, A1 Hoops on. If you want to debate, you can get some too. And salute to my brother A1 Hoops on in the building. Y'all make sure that y'all go sub to his channel. You know what I'm saying? Giving y'all all the great basketball content coming out. OTB say, and make sure that y'all go sub to OTB. A lot of y'all talk that shit, but ain't willing to get up there on that panel. A lot of y'all talk that shit, but ain't willing to get up there on that panel. And that shit wasn't easy for OTB to do. Y'all gotta understand, he was already coming into the debate as a disadvantage, with a disadvantage. Everybody already telling him how he gonna get stumped out and killed by you know what I'm saying? Everybody telling him he gonna get stumped out and killed, and BFTV this and BFTV that, and you can't fuck with BFTV. BFTV got his whole his own fan base that was already telling OTB, oh, you ain't got no chance. So he stepped in the arena with all that shit. You know, but hey, it gets better. It gets better. A1 said, I ain't bold enough to step in that door. A boxing round. He said, the door of the boxing round, he says, and get sent to the shadow realm. Yeah, man, it's you know. But shit, like I said, man, I came out the womb born for this shit. He said OTB didn't come prepared. Nah, he lost that battle before it happened. Prepared or no prepared. It wasn't nothing that was going to prepare him to defend that bullshit that Terence Crawford been doing. It was nothing that was going to compare him to defend all of that bullshit that Terence Crawford was, you know, how he been moving. And Money Brown TV in the building. What's happening with it, Money? Yeah, y'all hit the like button. Y'all smash the like button. Johnny Q talking about I blame Bud more than OTB. I don't know. I could have defended. I think I could have defended Bud. You know, I could have defended him. It would have been hard though, but yeah, I could have defended. I think I could have defended Bud. Hey, but you know, like I said, you can't talk that shit if you're not willing to get up there and talk that shit. You can't talk that shit to OTB if you're not willing to get up there and talk that shit. So just let them know, OTB, if they want some smoke and they ain't willing to get up there and talk that shit, they can't really say nothing. You know what I'm talking about? Hey. But anyway, let's get to this boxing. Let's get to this boxing. It takes a lot of courage to get up there. Aisha, what's happening with it, Queen? John Kramer in the building. But so yeah, let's get to this boxing, man. Teofimo Lopez, he weighed in today. He weighed in almost 2 pounds under. He went in at like 138.4 or something like that. So Teofimo Lopez, man, he got a fight with, you know, like with one of the goddamn workers down there in Tijuana. I don't know, Pedro Campo. You know what I'm saying? All I know, the last time I seen a Campo live, his ass got stopped in the first round by Errol Spence. The last time I seen a motherfucking Campo and I saw him live get stopped in the first round by Errol Spence. So I don't want to hear nothing about no motherfucking Campa or Campo. This motherfucker going to sleep. I got Teofimo Lopez putting this dude to sleep for sure. I think Teofimo, you know, I think he's gonna look good. I got the feeling that Teofimo is gonna look good. He looked energetic. He looked like he in shape. He don't look like, you know, and this guy not that much bigger than him. You feel me? This guy not that much bigger than him. So I think Teofimo gonna go in there and he gonna do what he's supposed to do. In his debut at 140 pounds, he gonna do what he's supposed to do. He gonna get this dude up out of there. And there's some other good fights on that card. They got all like they got a lot of the prospects fighting, like Shushu Carrington. I think he fighting on that card. And Keyshawn Davis fighting on that card. I believe Duke Reagan is fighting on that card. So it's a lot of you know, solid prospects that's gonna be on the ESPN card, like always, like usual. And tonight, once again, we got Mickey Bay and Tevin Farmer. That's gonna be a hell of a fight. Mickey Bay and Tevin Farmer, that's gonna be a hell of a fight. I like that fight, man. I actually love that fight. My man, loyal to the game, boxing. My man Kwame East in the building. Don't call him Kwame Brown. My man, he said, salute to OTB for the effort. He gets a participation trophy. Damn, bro. Why you going, man? You just rubbing it in, ain't you? God damn. Man, hold on, y'all. Let me take this phone call real quick. All right. AJ64 says, I think T.O. needs to admit he lost and work on the craft and realize he never has been undisputed. I mean, as far as him realizing, I mean, I don't even really look too much in that shit, bro. As far as him, that undisputed shit, that shit's past tense. Everybody know he was never undisputed. That's past tense. He needs to focus on going forward in 140 pounds and being the best fighter he could be at 140. And from listening to him talk, that's what he sounds like he focused on. You know what I'm saying? From listening to him talk, it sounds like that's what he's focused on. So, you know, like I said yesterday, I'm not finna, you know what I'm saying, keep on, you know what I'm saying, kicking the man while he down. He look like he back up, and let's just see what he gonna do. Let's see what he gonna do. I mean, I'm not gonna say that a man is delusional because he say that he gonna be the best fighter ever. He's supposed to think that. He's supposed to say shit like that. If I got a fighter, I want my fighter to be saying how good, how great he's gonna be and how great he wanna be. I don't see nothing wrong with that. You feel me? I don't see nothing wrong with that. I'm not a big Teofimo Lopez fan at all. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, as men, we all got to keep it 100 and admit that, yeah, we want to see him in the ring because he's exciting. You know what I'm saying? He's exciting. So, yeah, you know, he's exciting to watch. He is a good fighter. We can't just overlook everything that he did before the fight with Kambosos. We can't overlook everything that he did before the fight with George Kambosos. He had that fight. He didn't look good in that fight. We seen he fought different in that fight than he usually do. And the outcome is he got his ass whooped and he got embarrassed. Let's move past that shit. It happens. You see, if we continue to talk shit and talk shit and talk shit and dog the fighter out and dog him out and continue to dog him out, right? When they get an L, now and then we come back and we wonder why these fighters is so afraid of losing because of shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because we are part of that as fans. We want to, a man take an L, we want to dog him out and dog him out and dog him out and stomp on him and stomp on him and stomp on him. A year later, we still want to talk shit and talk. Man, let's just go for it and see how he do from now on. Like I said, man, that's why we don't get a lot of these fights. Part of it is to do with how the fans do, how we do. When a fighter that, you know what I'm saying, that maybe we don't like take an L. If we don't never let that shit go. But let's see what he do from now on. Let's see what he do from now on. Let's see how he does at 140. And like I said, man, that's all I can sit back and say. That's all I could really sit back and do is see how he does from here on out. I ain't gonna keep stumping on the man. My man Dwayne Freeman said T.O. need to get a new trainer. I don't think his father is doing him any good in his corner. Yeah, I agree with that. I think down the line, he going to have to realize that, yeah, he going to have to move on from his father as far as his father being his head trainer. He can still have his father there, but he going to have to bring somebody else in there to really take over everything. And I think that's when Teofimo Lopez is going to really be able to reach his full potential because with his dad in that corner, if he fights somebody like a Regis Prograis or Gary Antoine Russell or Subriel Matisse, when he gets into deep waters and he's having, you know, some difficulties in the fight, his dad is not going to know what to tell him to do. And we've seen that already. You feel me? We already seen that his dad ain't the one. His dad is not going to know what to tell him to do. And so yeah, I agree. He definitely needs to get somebody else besides his dad. William Old School, what's happening with it? Mr. Mechanical said a minor setback for a major comeback. Tio got a lot of potential, man. I can't overlook the skills that the kid has, the skills, the explosiveness. All these fighters got flaws. At the end of the day, all of these fighters got flaws. We like to point out Ryan Garcia's flaws, right? We know that Devin Haney has flaws. Gervonta Tank Davis has flaws. Teofimo has flaws. All of them have flaws. But at the end of the day, they all need to be fighting each other so we can see who's the best. They all got flaws. But it's going to take the right opponent to exploit the flaws that they have. Smooth Groove Boxing off in the building. Where you been at? He says, Key, I ain't forgot about you, my dude. Got you. He said, got a boy working crazy hours for a long bread. Yeah, get that bread. He says, what's understood between us, no need for explanation. Grind mode, EJ stopping Bud in 9. Smooth Groove Boxing straight from that Oak Cliff off in the building in that super chat. And I appreciate you, my brother, for coming through, showing love to the channel. But yeah, man, Glove Up Boxing, what's happening with it, coach? And I'm gonna shoot you a link if you want to hop up here, coach. Shoot you one. Shoot some links out. You know what I'm saying? It's the end of the week. Talk some boxing. I know Coach, he got the show coming on tonight, and it's gonna be fire. Make sure that y'all go sub to Glove Up Boxing and More. Make sure that y'all go subscribe to Glove Up Boxing and More for sure. That's one thing y'all need to do right now. Because they definitely bringing a whole different aspect to these YouTube streets. And I like it. I love what him and his wife is doing over there. And they keep it raw. They don't get up there and try to, hey, baby, and act like everything is perfect and all that shit. No, they keep it raw. They're not going to get up there and tell you what they think y'all want to hear to look good in front of the camera. No, they're going to get up there and they're going to show you what a real relationship is about and, touch on topics, political topics, fatherhood topics, relationship topics, everything. So, yeah. I am ill, trill, will in the building. What's happening with it? Yeah. But so, Dub right side, what's happening with it? Now, as far as Teofimo Lopez and all of the pretending that he be doing, like, when it comes to Devin Haney, bro, everybody know that you lied and you ducked Devin Haney. Everybody knows that. Teofimo lied when it came to Devin Haney. Got on his live stream on Instagram, told everybody that he had sent Devin Haney a contract. I ain't forgot about none of that. Right? And then when it was possible to try to make a fight with Devin Haney, he lied about that. And ran and fight Kambosos. So, we know all about that. Do I think Teofimo Lopez is afraid of Devin Haney? Nah, absolutely not. But for whatever reason, we seen what went down. As far as Teofimo Lopez and all the dumb shit that he done said, like the shit that he said about Wilder and all of that, I ain't forgot about none of that. But that's two different stories. When I'm talking about him making his return in the ring and, going to 140, I'm talking about him as a fighter. I don't let all that dumb shit that he does blind me of the fighter that's in the ring when, the product that's in the ring, the fighter that's in the ring. The fighter that's in the ring is talented and very skilled. Yeah, he's capable of losing, but at any given day, he probably capable of beating your favorite fighter in the weight class. At 135. I'm gonna say at 135. At 140, I don't know. I gotta see. Like I said, we just gotta wait and see. Knockout, what's happening with it? OTB, what it do?
What up, bro? I'm chilling, bro. Shout out to my brother Keith from Everything Boxing and OTB up here, man. Y'all smash this man like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new here, bro. What's good, man? Happy Friday to you, man. I'm ready for the weekend. How you doing, dog?
Oh yeah, man, for sure. Ready for the weekend, man. Ready to do some things with the kids and all of that. All that.
Same, bro. Same. Hopefully this will be a good. I'm ready to see Lorenzo Truck Simpson and fucking Mickey Bay and Tevin Farmer tonight. So I'm excited, bro. But what you were saying about T.O., look, he came in shape. You know what I'm saying? He looked ready or whatever. For who his dad usually is, he done tempered down all this talking shit. They know what's at stake, man. They know what's at stake. You mess around, you lose this fight to Pedro Ocampo, who ain't never fought outside of Mexico. You lose this fight if you want to. Your next fight gonna fuck around and be like a Keyshawn Davis or something. You gonna start getting your ass fed to prospects and shit. So yeah, man, this a big fight for him. I'm glad he in shape. I'm glad he ready. And I got him winning this fight in the middle of the fight somewhere, stopping him. You know what I mean? So right. I agree with everything that you said. I can separate somebody that can fight their ass off and they antics. Like I don't fuck with T.O. at all in terms of how he act and the whole Devin Haney situation and how he got the belts and switched up and started acting all prima donna and shit. I don't fuck with none of that shit. But shit, in terms of him in the ring, we gotta remember how talented he is. He explosive, fast, got a nice jab when he get it going. He can counter punch, power in both hands. He was already cutting down to 135, so he could even be more stronger and more explosive at 140. So damn whether or not I like him. I like great fights and fighters with a ton of talent. So I'm excited to see him fight this weekend. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Yeah, definitely, man. We gotta learn how to separate ourselves from all of that other shit when we talking about the fighter in the ring. You feel me? And that's what I always try to do. I always try to do that shit. Because just like I know, knockout, if you go in and you like to place wagers on these fights and stuff, that shit gonna bite you in your ass if you can't separate that. You know what I'm saying?
Big fan. Like, oh man, I really don't like him. So I'm a pick against him. All right, you go ahead and pick against. Like, look, I could be wrong. I was wrong on Camposos, but you go ahead and pick against Teofimo, against a guy that ain't never fought in America if you want to, knowing that Top Rank want to promote him, knowing that Top Rank got the best matchmakers and they got flyers up. They doing Teofimo Lopez interviews. You go ahead and think they didn't set this fight up for Teofimo to look good if you want to. But fuck it, I'm betting on Teofimo because I'm trying to win some money.
Right, and that's just in general, that's just all around the board. Whoever may be in the ring fight, sometimes you got to separate, your feelings for a fighter, and just be able to, just talk about the fight honestly and break it down. And the fighter, what's happening with it, Coach?
What's up, brothers? How y'all doing, man?
Oh man,
hello, Coach.
How you doing, my brothers?
Good, man. Another day,
bro.
Man,
go ahead, Coach.
Nah, I ain't gonna fuck with you, dog. I'm done clowning.
You allowed to, Coach.
Hold on, let me say this real quick, cause y'all keep. I was just listening to my bro Money, and I see Doug Right Side in the chat. I need y'all to understand something, bro. Y'all keep saying I messed up the second question. No, bro, I did not mess up the second question. The point of contention in their debate was BFTB don't think the two fighters need each other at all. OTB thinks that they both need each other. So that is why round one was supposed to be Errol Spence needs Terence Crawford. OTB was supposed to explain why Errol Spence needs Terence Crawford. BFTB was supposed to explain why he don't need him. In round two, Terence Crawford needs Errol Spence. OTB was supposed to explain why Terence Crawford needs Errol Spence, and BFTB was supposed to explain why Terence Crawford didn't need Errol Spence. That was very clear. So I did not mess up the questions. I'm watching y'all. I did not mess up the
bro. Nah, I'm just saying, bro. Like from
how is that confusing?
Nah, we ain't copping deuces or nothing. We just saying, bro, we was confused and the question, and I guess how it was worded at the time that it was going on. And I wasn't the only person, and they ain't the only two. You feel like that's where we coming from. Like, more than us felt confused in that question.
Right.
That's why when I answered the question, I thought you was saying answer it from the question was from the opposite perspective. That's why I said I went the Al Heyman route. Like, yeah, I mean, but regardless, I mean, it is what it is. Just
well,
yeah, I mean,
I'll
it is
try
what
to work.
it is.
I'll try to work on
no
my.
excuses.
I'll try to work on my delivery then. But I thought it was
nah,
clear.
You good, bro. You good.
I'm gonna say this, right? And I don't want to sound in this is not being biased or not. This me being completely honest. When you look at that, right? When you look at that question, right? I believe that Terence Crawford definitely needs Errol Spence. I believe that he definitely needs Errol Spence, and the reason why is because let's say if both of them, you know what I'm saying, something happened today, and both of them wasn't able to fight no more, right? If you go to Terence Crawford's career 15, 20 years from now, you don't have a fight that you can look on and say, man, that was a great ass fight that, you know, between Terence Crawford and such. Like, that's a great, the Hall of Fame, bro, that Hall of Fame shit in boxing, that really, to me, that don't mean shit to me in boxing. You got guys like Arturo Gatti. You got guys like Arturo Gatti in the Boxing Hall of Fame. Mickey Ward is in the Boxing Hall of Fame. Sylvester Stallone is in the Boxing Hall of Fame. I've never heard anybody say, man, such and such. I've never heard, right, anybody talk about a fighter in the past, and when you're talking about them, they say, oh, let me go see if that fighter's in the Hall of Fame. You never do that, but you do that when you're talking about football. You do that when you're talking about baseball, basketball, all that, but you never do that shit in boxing because.
But fighters do, Keon.
Hold on, but the Boxing Hall of Fame is kind of a joke because of the criteria. It's really no criteria to get in the Boxing Hall of Fame. It ain't that hard to get into the Boxing Hall of Fame. It's a lot of fighters that wasn't really special that's in the Boxing Hall of Fame. So 15, 20 years from now, if Terence Crawford retired today, who's going to remember a legendary fight that he had? To remember him, that's what we remember these fighters off of. We remember fighters off of the fights that they gave us. Not if they're in the Hall of Fame, not how many belts and titles they had. Because at the end of the day, 20 years from now, we don't remember that type of shit. We don't remember, oh man, he had 3 belts way back in motherfucking in 1985. He had 3 belts at the same time in 1980. I don't remember that. We remember you by the fights, the legendary fights that you gave us. Now, Errol Spence, you can argue, you know what I'm saying, that he still needs a Terence Crawford, a big fight like that. But I don't know. Are we going to remember Errol Spence going over there to the UK and stopping Kell Brook? We going to remember that shit 20 years from now? I think we might. Are we going to remember Errol Spence and Sean Porter going fucking head-to-head, toe-to-toe 20 years from now? I think we might remember that. I think that he's giving us more memorable moments that we're going to be able to remember him by, 20, 30 years from now than Terence Crawford, for sure. I don't know if Terence Crawford retired today, that 30 years from now, I'm going to remember Terence Crawford, you know what I'm saying, unless they just putting him in our face and unless he stays around. If he just go off in the sunset, I don't know if nobody going to remember him 30 years from now. That's how I feel about the situation. So with that being said, he still needs that big fight for people to go back and remember him 20, 30 years from now. He don't have that. He don't have that. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I told my brother OTB. I was like, bro, I actually agree with you on this debate. Like, where your stance is, them needing each other, I actually agree. But in the right side, yes, you hit the nail on the head. The crux of the debate was OTB thought that they need each other no matter what. DFTB thought they didn't need each other at all, and that's why those questions were phrased and asked the way that they were. But I want to make this shit as good as possible for everybody. So if anybody have any questions during the debate or before the debate, bro, with how I'm asking the question, because the way that the shit is worded is exactly how I send it to the contestants. It's exactly how I send it to the contestants. This is the statement that we're making. This is the side you're arguing. This is the side that the other person is arguing. So if I cause confusion and mess that shit up, OTB, my bad. I wasn't trying to, bro.
Nah, you good, bro. You good, bro. It was perfect. It wouldn't like, man, we ain't made no excuses. Man, come on, man. We ain't made no excuses. There ain't no room to make no excuses. Shit. We went in there and goddamn it, we ain't prepared right. We went into the fight, goddamn it, and yeah, I mean, we ain't prepared right. We was overweight and out of shape. You dig? We ain't gonna make no excuses. we lost the fight on the scales first. Shit. Then we lost the fight in the ring. So we don't make no excuses.
With all that being said, if Terence Crawford fight Errol Spence, win, lose, or draw, we're gonna be able to go back and remember Terence Crawford, win, lose, or draw for that one fight alone, because of how much has been talked about. How big it is, we're going to be able to remember. I'm going to remember Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence 30 years from now. You know what I'm saying? Win, lose, or draw.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna say I know what you're saying about the Boxing Hall of Fame and all of that stuff, but fighters remember. That's the thing, and they really don't care what the fans think. These guys, they care.
The fans are the ones who run the sport.
But you're not listening to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is fighters rather fighters know who they are than they care about the fans. I promise you. That's why.
It don't matter though. Most of these fighters say they don't even watch boxing.
But what I'm saying is, just like when Andre Ward and them was there, man, you had all those old fighters there that, bro, they appreciate the things they did in the game. Now,
your peers are going to remember you regardless because they're the ones that work beside you. Of course they are. I'm talking about the fans, the people.
But what I'm trying to tell you, Keon, is that at 140 pounds, Terence Crawford was the first fucking undisputed champion in the full belt era, bro.
What legendary fight did he have?
Oh, I'm not saying he had a legendary fight. I'm not saying that.
You're not saying nothing then, coach.
But my point is, he gonna be remembered for that, bro. For being
what
the fucking
fight are they gonna remember him having at 140 pounds?
Fuck, I don't know. I can't be in everybody.
If you don't know how he gonna be remembered for that, coach, if you don't even know.
Well,
because
my point was
nigga, that's why.
Nobody cares. Nobody 30 years from now, they're not gonna be like, oh man, Terence Crawford had 3 belts back in 2016. I remember that. Fans don't give a fuck about that shit 30, 20, 40 years from now.
They gonna remember he stopped Sean Porter. They gonna remember he fucking beat Kell Brook ass, just like Errol did, but he stopped them. They gonna remember that shit. They gonna remember that fucking.
So you telling me that the fans 30 years from now are gonna remember Terence Crawford in a goddamn Kell Brook fight?
Well, you saying it about Errol Spence?
That was a whole different fight when he fought Errol Spence. That fight was overseas. It had 40,000 people in the stands.
Okay. They not gonna remember that who Kell Brook is 30 years from now. So it ain't gonna fucking matter. But the whole point is
Kell Brook got a whole country behind him.
Okay.
And that fight took place in his country.
I'm gonna throw that same scenario back on you now.
That fight took place in the same country that he lives in, that he's from.
Same as Jeff Horn.
My thing is, you got 2 undefeated fighters, and y'all telling me that they don't need each other.
Don't nobody remember no goddamn school teacher.
Ain't nobody gonna remember Kell Brook, but in his country.
Okay.
Like we have Floyd and Winky Wright.
Are they gonna remember Danny Garcia? Are they gonna remember Sean Porter on the scale that fight was?
He beat Sean Porter too.
We just seen that shit happen.
Check it out,
Every time
fellas.
we have
This is
two
why.
fighters in their
They
prime,
ain't gonna care.
we make reasons for them to not fight each
Check
other,
it out, fellas.
regardless of what
This
it
is why
is,
they
and
need
they
each
make
other.
reasons.
This is the real reason why they need each other, because no matter
Undisputed.
what, no matter what they go and accomplish, either of them, no matter what they do, if they don't fight each other, that's less money and that's less accomplishment. So Earl can
Yeah.
say he don't fight Terrence. Earl could go be undisputed at 154. He can go be champion at 160. What's better? Unified at 147, undisputed at 154, and champion at 160, or fighting for undisputed at 147, undisputed at 154 or 160. No matter what they do without each other, they cannot get the money back from not fighting each
Right.
other. They
Right.
cannot get the legacy back from not fighting each other. So they
I
need
agree.
each other. That is
And
why I've
that's
been
what
saying
you're gonna
from the
miss is
beginning.
the legacy.
I agree with OTB's points. He just
I
argued
do
it wrong.
too.
He's actually
I
right.
agree
Though.
with it too.
I
I agree.
and I'm gonna
I
say
think
this.
they need each other. I think they need each other. I'm not arguing that.
I'm gonna say that this is why Terence Crawford need Errol Spence way more than Errol Spence need him, because with the facts that I already gave you, right? And on top of everything that I already gave you, the reason that he needs Errol Spence is because all of the big fights that he wants is on the PBC side. So if he don't fight Errol Spence, he's not going to get none of those other fights. So who else he going to fight?
Yeah, I mean,
That's
you
why I
got a
said
point
if
with
he
that.
retires today, the general fan base is not going to
That was my
remember him
point,
20,
too.
30 years from now. They just not. It's nothing to remember him by. Money, what's happening with it?
What's going down, bro? What's going down, bro? What's going down? Yeah,
Chilling,
I
What
feel
up,
like,
boy?
yeah, I'm in a position that both of them need each other, but I understand what Keith's saying. What he say, Bud need Earl more for us.
Big fact.
You know, I just think he need Earl more now because of what he got going forward. But when Coach say, when Keon be like, who go remember Bud in the Hall of Fame, things of that nature. I understand what Coach saying as well. Kell Brook is Kell Brook at the end of the day. Just like what's my man name that fought everybody, Coach? He fought Wilfred Benitez, right?
You were
Wilfred
Wilfredo
Benitez.
Benitez.
Whatever the fuck his name is. No
Yeah.
disrespect to him. I know him though. I know his fights and shit. So you know how he fought everybody and things of that nature with him being the world champion and shit like that. So with Bud, I understand what you're saying, Key. It's always the big fights to where if you call out a Hall of Fame fighter, like you say Sugar Ray Leonard, you go say Tommy Hitman Hearns, you go say shit of that nature. So, I don't think Bud is just gonna be not remembered, right? But what is going to be remembered for is gonna be the question. Like, you didn't fight Kell Brook in his prime, or when he was a world champion. You didn't fight Sean Porter in his prime, or when he was a world champion, or things of that nature. Because when you said Jeff Horn, everybody gonna look at Jeff Horn, and this is no knock. And people be like, well, he beat Manny Pacquiao, he did that. Well, that's gonna be good for his country. But for us, everybody over here that thought he lost the fight, it really ain't gonna hold no weight. It really ain't gonna mean shit. I give Bud that credit because he went straight to 47 and whooped Jeff Horn ass after he beat Pacquiao. But it still come down to the point to where you got Errol Spence right there, and you beating Errol Spence is the biggest thing that you did in your entire career, even being a 3-division world champion and being undisputed. There's nothing bigger than you beat motherfucking Errol Spence and becoming undisputed. And you can say vice versa with Errol Spence. You can say you beat Terence Crawford for undisputed is bigger than you beating Kell Brook over in the UK, or you beat Showtime Sean Porter for the WBC. So I don't knock y'all when y'all say those things. So they do need each other. But the thing is, Errol Spence still got divisions. You know what I'm saying? He got divisions where Bud is at a standstill. This is it for him. People keep talking about 154 and Jamel Charlo. That shit is not happening. You can get that out your head. He's not going to 54. He was looking at 54 as an opportunity with certain fighters. That's why he stopped talking about 54 when Patrick Teixeira got his ass whooped and Brian Castano got that title. He didn't say shit else about 54 after that. So now he talk about 54 with Jamel Charlo because I feel like that's flooring this goddamn earth. But he's not gonna get no goddamn Jamel Charlo or nobody else. What Keith's saying, if he don't fight Errol Spence, if you turn down Errol Spence with the PBC don't want nothing else to do with your ass. That's gonna be it. Don't
But
give a
the
fuck
problem,
what Floyd Mayweather say. Like PBC don't want nothing to do with you. You can go to everybody else, and once they see that you turn down the Errol Spence fight, which is the biggest fight that every promoter say out of their own mouth, Eddie Hearn, Oscar De La Hoya, Bob Erm, and whomever else that he's fucking with, the name they gonna bring up for Terence Crawford is Errol Spence. That's it. That's all. They're not talking about nobody else connected to his ass. You know what I'm saying? So yes, he's gonna need Errol Spence more than Errol Spence need him. But I will still say Errol Spence need this fight with Terence Crawford as well, just to like y'all said, it's a defining legacy fight. Defining legacy fight, because you whoop his ass and become undisputed. You go to 54, all you need to do is become unified champion. You go to 60, all you need to do is become a world champion. You know what I'm saying? And that should be it'll be set in stone like that. So, you know, it is a catch-22 on both ends. But right now, the way it's looking, you know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford need Errol Spence more than Errol Spence need him, even with him having 3 divisions and former undisputed and all that shit. Because if Earl become like you say, leave right now being unified champion, hold the 3 scraps at 147, then go to 54, become unified, go to 60, become unified. The names that he's gonna fight, because it's still big time names at 54 and big names at 60. The names that he's gonna fight is gonna overdo Terence Crawford and the names that he fought, even with him doing what he's doing.
I'll say this real quick, Money. If Errol Spence, right, if he doesn't fight Terence Crawford, right, then to me, he's going to need a Canelo Alvarez fight. Because when you look at the landscape, everybody else, right, their name ain't there yet. Yeah, baby, Jerron Boots Ennis might be there one day. Maybe Virgil Ortiz might be up there one day, right?
Yeah.
But if he don't fight Terence Crawford, then he's going to need somebody. He's going to need Canelo, but it's a fight that may be possible. Right?
It's possible.
He's going to need that fight. But Terence Crawford, if he don't get an Errol Spence fight, look around the landscape. Who else is he gonna fight? All I'm gonna tell you, PBC.
Facts.
I'm gonna tell you, it don't matter that they're at PBC.
Yes, it does matter.
Unless you gonna drop that WBO belt.
PBC is not gonna want to do business with his ass.
Well, you got to drop that belt.
You got to drop that belt then. The WBO
he don't have to drop. He don't have to drop the belt. He could keep the WBO.
What you guys have to understand. What you have to understand, though, Coach, Jermell Charlo is already fighting his mandatory in Tim Zoo.
That's right now.
I'm not talking about right now.
Hold up, though. He has to fight Jermell. He's fighting Jermell Charlo on January of 2023. The WBO mandatory won't be called for another 12 months. So realistically, Terence Crawford can't fight for. He won't be called as a mandatory, even if he moved up and tried to do that. No one will be forced to fight him until 2024, bro. Because they call him every 12 months. Like, what the hell he gonna do from now until 2024? So that play they trying to say he can make, he can't really make that play because the WBO mandatory is already being defended on January 2023. They can't just call a mandatory back to back like that. That ain't in their rules. They gotta give whoever that champion is, they gotta give him 12 months to either defend or go make a voluntary. If they want to, they got options. They can't just be like, oh yeah, we forcing you to fight a mandatory. Then right when you fight your mandatory, we got to force another mandatory on you. They got to wait 12 months, bro. So he realistically can't fight at 154 for the WBO until 2024, bro. Like, so yeah, that shit ain't gonna work for him, dog.
Got you.
Well, now look at the schedule. Shit, if this fight happened in November, he fight once a year anyway.
This ain't
that is winnable at that time because about in 2 years, he 36, 35, 36?
I'm convinced,
bro. On Terence Crawford, right? Not at all. Because I think that he's a great fighter that should be remembered regardless, but that's just how it works. If we talk about the fights, like damn, man, Holyfield. Remember Holyfield and Bo? You remember Holyfield and Lynch? We're gonna talk about the fights. We don't talk about, oh man, remember when Holyfield had 2 belts? Or remember when Holyfield had all the belts at one time? We don't talk about that. We talk about the fights that they were in.
You right about that, because I talk about fucking fights that ain't even had belts involved, and these motherfuckers had wars, but they were 2 known fighters. And motherfuckers.
That's why Mickey Bay and Arturo Gotti in the motherfucking Hall of Fame because of the wars they had. Not because, that's what it's based off, the fights that they had and gave the people.
Mickey Ward, not Mickey Bay.
Yeah, Mickey.
Did I say Mickey Bay?
Yeah.
I meant Mickey Ward.
As a side note, based on how they comment, I am convinced 100% that Dundada and Joan Turner are the same person, just working on different devices. I'm 100. I'm 100%.
Hey, I just was sitting in my head thinking, like, I wonder who John Turner really is.
I think it's done data with two different devices coming from two different accounts, bro.
Why
really
say that?
Y'all gonna do dumb
So,
data
bro,
like that?
they make the same points with different words, but they say the same shit with different words. I'm dead ass serious, bro.
I don't know why.
I don't even be wanting to use y'all points, John.
Why y'all still saying that name? That's what I want to know. Why y'all still saying that name?
You started asking that question, then Jones started popping up. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, Dundada family, you know what I'm saying? He just that.
He's a homie.
Dundada's just that drunk cousin, you know, that always come around saying some dumb ass shit when he get drunk off that goddamn wine.
That's the retarded cousin that stay in the back room that nobody go up in there. Don't go in this room. Yeah,
if you gonna call that man retarded, God damn, coach.
We supposed to say special.
Dundada, I'm just messing with you, Dundada.
Coach,
you gotta put a little bit of respect on Dundada.
Coach calling Dundada Uncle Pete.
I don't respect niggas hide behind a keyboard and scared to press the motherfucking link. Fuck that shit. I don't respect that. You steadily typing in the chat till your fucking girly fingernails fall off, but then you're not gonna fucking press that link. Man, fuck that shit, man. I don't participate in stupid shit.
Hey, Dundada, you can't let Coach keep punking you like that, man. You're gonna have to hop on one of these panels.
That motherfucker is
turn your camera off, Dundada, and you're gonna have to hop on one of these panels, Dundada.
Yeah, he like I ain't gonna lie. I am gonna say this. He hopped up on my panel one time for like 30 seconds.
Jones said she's a pro. She's a pro gambler.
What'd he say?
Hey, I seen that shit, Monty.
He ain't say shit.
I
forgot what we were talking about, but he did hop up one time for like 30 seconds.
He ain't say nothing that don't count.
Don't say it. Put the link up.
Man, come on, bro. Joan ain't hopping on.
Joan is a woman. She want to prove herself. I am a pro gambler. All right, well, give us some of them motherfucking odds that you got over there. What you winning off of?
Hell yeah, shit.
Now ain't that something? I'ma respect John more than I respect Dundada. Fucking right. Yeah. That's
no. John, what's your locks for this week? Who should we put our money on? Put it in the chat for us. Who should we put our money on to win this week between Lorenzo Trump? Now you know what who you got in the Mickey Bay Tevin Farmer fight? What's up? And then give us what round is Teofimo gonna win in? Is it going the distance? Like I need.
If you say what we got on the goddamn Lorenzo truck, Simpson, no if they beat the shit out of that boy.
Oh
yeah,
that's
why I said Mickey Bay.
Yeah, y'all know John.
This link, don't nobody else grab this link but John. Let John hop up here.
John about 7 years old.
Omaha. She probably from Nebraska. That's why. Yeah. You know how if you know they're from Nebraska, they riding for Terence Crawford, no matter what.
They supposed to.
Yeah, they supposed to.
I ain't mad at them for that. Yeah,
they supposed to.
But you also supposed to tell the truth.
There you go, John.
I send a link. Hopefully, John will pull up, man.
Yeah, Queen, you definitely can hop up on the panel.
Yeah, man.
Let me see. Aisha, salute. She salute to you, Queen. Let me read this. My man Patrick Lynch says, didn't the WBO say that if the Terence Crawford and Spence fight falls through, they will order Ortiz and Crawford fight as a mandatory?
I'll let the tell them down.
I don't know if they said that, but I don't see an Ortiz and the Terence Crawford fight happening. The way that Terence Crawford get down in negotiations, I don't see him negotiate no fight with Golden Boy. I really don't.
When Joan, the one that going at it with 817 in the background.
Yeah.
No, that was you talking about? No, that was like her name was Miss T or something.
Oh, my bad. He said I'm a man.
I'm working on the games now. I cover the NBA, MLB, college football, basketball, and NFL. Well, John, we need you on the panel.
Fact.
Oh, he said I'm a man.
Go, John.
He said I'm a man.
I don't know about that picture. Ain't a picture of a man, John.
That looked like a woman.
I thought it was a woman.
Am I tripping?
John, you
can't
got a
see.
comb. John, is
It's
that
the
a
blood
comb?
highlights
Is
in,
that
the,
a comb?
in that goddamn
Unless you
that
got a
comb
Donald,
over.
unless you got a
The blood
motherfucker,
highlights in the comb over. I
got
thought that was
that motherfucker Donald Trump wig on.
John,
Motherfucker
why
Donald
you got,
Trump.
John, why you got highlights?
Stupid, man.
John, why you got highlights in the comb over, John? In a part in your head.
That motherfucker look like a Donald Trump piece.
Hey, bro, you gotta chill, man. Chill, champ. Like
Shit.
Teddy Briggs say, chill, champ, chill, champ.
Hell
And
nah,
I
money
see
in
that
form right now.
I see Dundada said something about internet shit, and I won't say it in person. I bet
Jones.
anybody $1,000 right now.
I don't know no man named Jones, bro.
I'll
That's
tell
what I'm
Dundada to
saying.
his face. Every fucking thing I got to say, I'll bet anybody, including you, Dundada. I tell you to your fucking face what the fuck I got to say, homeboy. I promise you that. So,
Hey, motherfucker. I house you, I feed you, I fly you out,
Yeah, that's his shit.
and I
Damn.
beat the fuck out you.
And you can
Hey.
use my gym.
yeah. We go back and we go right back and go have lunch and everything else. You have a nice little fucking inswell on your shit while you eat. Man, it'll be good. Fuck it. It'll be good.
Hey, I'm gonna get into it with Coach one day on here so he could fly me out, house me, and feed me one of the motherfucking shrimp po' boys. I want you to
Get
feed me one of the
into it with his
shrimp
ass,
po'
make
boys.
him have you fly you out.
Etouffee, all of that. Jambalaya, I want all of that.
And then when you get there, be like, man, coach, you know we ain't got no smoke, man. Let's go out.
I just wanted you to fly me out and
I just
house
wanted
me.
a free ticket, man.
You can come on, hey, bro. Y'all, I can't wait till all of us can get together, bro, and just hang out. Just one weekend, y'all come to New Orleans and party, dog. Like,
Oh
Yeah,
man,
we gotta
it's
get
gonna
it
happen
in.
for sure.
Yeah, it's
Dog,
damn sure happen.
dog,
That's
if
for
y'all,
sure, for sure.
we can fucking get an Airbnb, bro, and y'all can come out, dog, and fucking just for the weekend, just be our fucking weekend, or to hang out and just have a good time, bro.
We
I'll
can't,
show
we,
y'all
but we,
niggas a
we
good
can't
time.
give Money Brown no liquor in this system because we gonna, you know what I'm saying? He gonna have us. He gonna get suspended like Deshaun Watson.
Money
That's
told
all
me
right.
last night, that nigga said, you should have got drunk, OTB.
Hey,
Say,
hey,
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 I would have
Tell
made
the
you
world,
really
OTB, was you high? Tell the world, was you high, OTB?
Nah, I fell asleep. That's why Knockout had to text me and ask, was I even, I mean,
So
I
you
fell
was high
asleep.
before you fell asleep, though.
You wasn't no
Yeah.
goddamn sleep. You know, nerves as hell. That's all.
I was high. I mean, nah, I was.
And knockout,
I woke up.
I
Goddamn.
get it now. Knockout, I see what you're saying now. But I thought that second question should have been imposed with the first. But I do get what you're saying now. I see the thing was I thought when in the first round where he was challenging that Earl need Bud, and then BF2B was challenging that Earl don't need Bud. I didn't know that BF2B was challenging that Bud don't need Earl as well. So I thought it was in the same. I thought like because I'm like, how the fuck he gonna say Bud need Earl and he go challenge that? You know what I'm saying? I thought it was backwards, but now I understand what you were saying now when you just explained it. So
Yeah, I thought it was
yeah.
backwards
That's
too.
why
OTB,
I was telling OTB it's such
I
a
jumped
it was
all the
a
way out
winnable
the tree.
debate, bro. It was a winnable to me. Like again, I think
I ain't never said it
make it
wasn't
to where it can go either way and may the best man win. I would never put nobody in no position. Like I wouldn't make a question like, all right, OTB, explain to everybody why Bud deserved 50-50. Go. Like I wouldn't do him like that, bro. Like I tried to make
I'm just saying it was
we wasn't saying
confusing.
that
Not
you
saying
did.
that
It
you
just
did it.
confused
Yeah.
me at the time, bro. Like at the
Yeah,
time. That's
man.
why when I gave my answer from Errol Spence. That's why the first thing he said was like, "You just made all the points for me, guy." Like I'm like, man, I just gave him it's a whole round. Like I made out, so I clearly misunderstood the question. You understand? But
Yeah,
it's
so
all
Nigga, that's
good,
why you
bro.
need to check your fucking text messages. That's
I am, man. I went through all 100 of them too, all 140 of them too.
And we talk
After,
on the phone, bro. You should have told me, hey man, I ain't get that shit. Cause I asked you, bro.
Man, I'm talking to you every day too. I ain't never thinking about that. I'm thinking about what we talking about at the time, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
bro. I would have told you, bro. However you like to communicate, cause Money and Key they hate the fucking
Well,
email shit. So
nah, it's all good, bro.
call you.
We ain't making no excuses.
OTB,
Shit.
I'm gonna give you
Go
12
ahead, coach.
P's. I'm gonna give you 12 P's. Piss poor preparation promotes piss poor performance. Piss
Talk
poor
your shit.
performance promotes pain.
Talk your shit.
Hey,
Straight like that.
Hey, my man Jonathan Simon in the super chat. He said, "Coach is from Louisiana like me." Yeah, William Old School, William Arnett. He said that he from he lived close to the Saints training camp.
Oh, he right off of Airline Highway.
Yeah, and the Queen is in the building. Louisiana in the building. She says, "Salute to the panel and chat. I hope to see you guys tonight. I will definitely be in there. I'm gonna try to get on, but we gonna have house full of kids, so I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to get on there.
Man, we like I said, bro, y'all brothers come down, bro. We'll tell the city of have a nice time, dog. Seriously.
Yeah,
come and experience some fun, bro. We just that shit would be nice, bro. We need to try to get that together with all the brothers and see if they want to come down and just kick it for the weekend, bro. Just have a good time.
We definitely gonna do that. We definitely do.
X definitely got to.
My man, William Old School. William Old School said he cook a mean seafood gumbo and fried shrimp, fried fish. He said, you name it, I'm a Cajun. Come on. Damn. Okay, yeah. Man, I'm hungry as hell right now. Too.
Hell yeah, you just said seafood gumbo, goddamn it.
Man.
It's on 2 places.
I need to when I go out there, I definitely need to tap in. I'm trying to tap in with everybody that got a plate.
Everybody got good food.
Everybody got food. I'm trying to tap in
that seafood gumbo. That's a bad.
I'm trying to go fishing too. We need to hit that. We need to go fishing for sure.
Coach gonna take us out. Coach gonna take us out all the hot stuff.
Hey, listen. Hey, you say that, Keon, bro? We can go down to Venice, and we could charter out of there, bro. And we can have a weekend, catch all the fucking fish you want. Yep, and they're gonna clean it for you, everything, and we can go back and fucking have a big fry, bro.
Yeah, that's right up my alley right there.
You can catch alligators out there too.
Nah, we ain't trying to catch no alligators, bro.
Who the hell trying to catch an alligator, OTB?
I eat alligator. Y'all ain't never had alligator
I
and
ain't trying
gumbo?
to eat no goddamn alligator.
Man, alligator and gumbo good, y'all.
Is the shit.
I ate alligator before. I think I have. But
I'm
I ain't
good
trying
on
to
alligator.
catch no motherfucking alligator.
Yeah, I'm good on alligator. All this
gumbo.
Monkey pox and shit going on. Just give me the regular food.
Man, Papa Do's is commercial, dog. That's commercial.
Yeah, Jay Rick. Yeah, Jay
Hey,
Rick.
I know that, Coach, but I'm in Ohio, Coach. That's as good as he get up this month.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. So
you got to taste. You got to taste.
And then
that's all right.
And then I'll give money some of that fire I got, and he might get up out that wheelchair.
Hey.
Some fire what?
So true. You know what he talking about, money?
Nah.
Fire.
Give me that fire. I might sit in the wheelchair.
The shit I've been taking ain't get me out the wheelchair yet. I don't think I'm getting up out this motherfucker, Coach. Shit.
Oh no, boy. I might bring we might bring it to a voodoo priest and she might make you walk again.
Nah, I ain't fucking with no voodoo.
I'm scared of them.
Nigga walk for 30.
Witch doctors is
minutes.
expensive. I'm telling y'all now, witch doctors expensive.
Nigga walk for 30
minutes.
You gonna get out that bitch and run.
All right, nigga walk for 30 minutes and have a tail growing out his ass. Nigga walk for 30 minutes, turn around with a tail growing out his ass. Don't know what's going on.
Tail, your feet turn the hook, and all kind of shit.
Y'all buy the ticket, and I'll make sure y'all got the Airbnb, and we'll make sure y'all eat and drink and smoke and whatever else y'all want to do.
Look,
I'm coming down there for sure. I'm telling you, that's a bet.
Yeah, the whatever else you want to do, we're gonna need a lot of that.
Well,
for real.
Yeah, I had to call the bros. The bros got all that lined up. I call them for y'all. They be good. Y'all gonna be good. Oh yeah. Y'all be good.
But I do want to come down to New Orleans, though, man. New Orleans is one of the most prestigious place in this motherfucking country that we need to go to.
You know, my sister, and her husband, them, they go every year. Man, they
Mhm.
always come back like, oh man, we had the greatest time, and they go every year. So, yeah.
Bro.
Man, New
Shit, man, I'm
Orleans is
telling you, bro,
iconic.
we'll put
Cro-
it together, bro. And man, I'm telling y'all, bro, just
No.
fucking come hang out one weekend, dog. Nice Airbnb, got nice ones too. And shit, man, hang out, bro. We fucking chop it up, bro. Debate,
Yeah.
talk shit, have a good time, bro.
I'm definitely trying to come down there and kill Coach in a live debate. You know, a live debate.
Yeah, I want to play some dominoes.
Yeah.
That's why I want to play some dominoes.
Oh, money play ball.
Dominoes is my motherfucking game. All right.
Oh,
I'm with it.
Yeah,
I'm sitting at that table.
I like to lock the table down. Mother get mad at me. Why you bone holding? Yeah, I lock some shit down.
That's right up our alley right there,
Nah,
baby.
you gonna pass that right?
Yeah, I lock shit down.
Yeah,
Have
see,
every
you-
motherfucker knock me at the table.
I tell your ass that you gonna knock. I know you about to knock before you know you gonna knock.
Man, let me tell y'all something. I played
Man,
dominoes
it's
motherfucking
numbers.
4 months in a row, fam. Like 4 months in a row. That's
We
all I had.
play dominoes regularly.
Yeah, like
all the time.
no, I'm saying like
And
Yeah,
look,
them
and
hunky
look,
6
the guys
years
are-
out my life. You know I played some bones.
The guys we play with, if you fucking lose, if you the back man and lose, we don't have the X's and O's and all the X's and all that on the fucking paper to build a house. We use poker chips. Different colors is a different count. So if you lose, you gotta sit there and shut the fuck up and niggas fuck with you. You can't say a word while you sitting in a chair handing out the fucking chips. You can't say nothing. And if you talk, them niggas talk to you. Bitch, shut the fuck up. You know you ain't supposed to be talking. Yeah.
Can you give me a bill? I'll pull it out the
Hey, J Real.
Yeah.
J
Yeah,
Real,
you can't
if
say
you make
shit.
some cookies and cake, I don't want you to throw no green in that shit. I had the
Right,
worst
Key, keep
experience
that
on
shit.
edible in my whole. I mean, hey, I thought
Yeah,
I
I
was
don't
gonna
like
die
edible.
one time. I thought I was gonna die. I damn near called the ambulance on myself. For real.
Damn, that shit had you paranoid.
I mean, I'm finna call the police on myself, bro. I thought I was gonna
God.
die. Now I had me
Damn.
more than paranoid. Like I thought I was gonna die. I was supposed to eat a little edge, right? And I didn't know no better, and I had ate the whole motherfucking thing, man. I was throwing up green shit. I was.
You felt like you was in that movie. You felt like you was in that movie. What's that? When the black dude was falling down in that hole, like he was. And
Get out.
The white people was
Get
yeah,
out.
get out.
Get out.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
what
tell y'all
it
that
felt
shit was horrible, man. My that was worst experience I done ever had, man. I know my babies, they was in their crib. This when they was little, they was in their crib. They got to crying, man. I couldn't get to them. I was crawling and shit, man. I couldn't walk. I was trying to crawl. I was scooting on the floor and shit. That shit was bad.
That nigga listening like a
bad,
motherfucker.
man. That was the worst experience. Hey.
You poison yourself, bro. You
Man,
hate
I'm always so high before I eat them. I don't never
I
even
ain't fucking
feel
with
high.
no. Yeah, I am not fucking with no edibles. There's not.
Hey man, I said, what the fuck was that? Right? And it took until like the next afternoon, right? I said, man, they was like, damn, you ate that whole. You was only supposed to take a little corner. I said, oh man, I ain't know that.
Niggas didn't explain shit, huh, Key?
Never again.
They just gave that shit to you. Didn't tell you the dosage.
And explain nothing.
Hey, I learned my lesson though. Shit.
Same, bro. Like for whatever reason, once I got in my 30s, my DNA or whatever, that shit just changed. That shit make me too anxious. I had to put all that shit down because I get anxious on that shit, bro. I don't like walking around this bitch anxious all the goddamn time. So
man,
I get paranoid.
You was taking sativa. That's why.
Panic attacks. I gotta get
high. Shit, it didn't matter, bro. Like I had sativa, indica, all that shit. I used to like really do that shit, but I just shit for whatever reason I hit my 30s. Man, I get the fucking feeling anxious and shit. Heart start beating out my chest, man. I put that shit down. Fuck that. I'm good.
He said your heart start beating out your chest.
Yeah, bro. Just over that shit. Like I'm talking about, we used to take trips to Vegas, bro, Colorado and shit, like just for that, bro. Like I was really into that shit. And then right when I hit my 30s, something changed, bro, where I just couldn't take that shit no more. I'm like, you know what? I gotta put this shit down. I don't like
that motherfucking weed a lot stronger now, dog. That's different now.
Right, Key. That's exactly what it is.
Fucking rat tranquilizer in that shit growing.
Yeah, ain't
lying. That shit too got. I said, man, this ain't the shit that we were smoking back in the 90s and the early 2000s and shit. Hell no. This shit different.
I remember I had my brother now bit the shit out of a homeboy because I thought he laced the weed, but it was just regular weed. It's like you saying, Key, that shit was so strong, bro.
I see you.
That shit was so strong.
I say, I remember, man, we got my partner so high one time. That nigga, make it stop.
I swear to God, I thought that.
I thought they could lace the weed. My joint early.
Yeah, man. I don't know how y'all smoke. And I ain't no functional smoker, man, for real. I know my boundaries.
Shit, I'm questioning if I'm a functional smoker after yesterday. Like,
don't ever try that again, bro.
Hey, I don't know why you still questioning. The answer is no, nigga.
Like, the answer is no. I'm a functional smoker.
Hey, don't ever try that again, because you show the fuck ain't. I know my bound. One time, I tried to smoke a blunt. And I get on. I said, man, I know I can't do this. I said, money, you're gonna have to come on and hold the show down. I'm too goddamn high right now. I can't. And then got to laughing. He said, don't worry about it. I got you, bro. I said, I need you today, man. All right. I know I ain't no functional smoker for real.
Yeah, I know that shit really happened.
Hey, but man. Let's get back into this boxing. Y'all hit the like button. If y'all ain't hit the like button, smash on the like button. I don't even want to go look at the likes because I know that shit probably looking ugly. But smash on the like button. But Tyson Fury, man. Tyson Fury come out once again and he talking about he retired. Now, Mauricio Suleiman did a whole video on Twitter talking about that he just got off a call with Tyson Fury and, he wanted to wish Tyson Fury a farewell and all of that shit. And that's all good, right? All of that shit is what it is. But now I wanted to hear Mauricio Suleiman say that Tyson Fury was going to relinquish them titles. That title, that WBC title. We ain't heard nothing about that yet. So Tyson Fury, just a couple days ago, he was calling out Derek Chisora. Talking about, come on, you shit house, you bum. Right? He calling out Derek Chisora for a trilogy. And I'm like, man, this man finna fight Derek Chisora? Why you beat the man once and then you stopped him the second time? What the fuck we need a trilogy of that for? But there was a fight that was supposed to be going down. All of a sudden today, like Tyson Fury does out of the blue, once again, he's retired. Now, my question to the panel is, do y'all believe this shit? Do y'all believe that he's really retiring? And why did Mauricio Suleiman say nothing about him relinquishing that WBC title? And you go first, Knockout.
Man, look, bro, he ain't. If you want to know what a liar is doing, just listen to what he's saying and believe the opposite. I won't believe he retired until he actually dropped that belt. It's just funny that now again he was negotiating Chisora. And now he about to retire. But ain't it a coincidence that we got a unification fight in the heavyweight division going on in about a week now, like 7-8 days from now? I believe he just using that to try to hold over whoever head so he can negotiate for a big-ass purse to fight the winner of AJ and Usyk for undisputed. Like, hey, I'm finna shit. I'm finna go ahead and retire. If y'all don't give me the 30, 40 million, whatever the hell I'm asking for, I'm going to go ahead and retire. And then this belt is going to go vacant, and you never know what could be ordered. Because Deontay Wilder is sitting right there at number 1 in the rankings for the WBC, and they reported he about to fight Robert Helenius at number 10. You really want to risk them going over there and ordering that as a title fight? Or Joseph Parker and Joe Joyce, that shit is signed. Joe Joyce is number 2 in the WBC. Joseph Parker is number 3. They fighting in September. Y'all really want me to drop this belt and retire and let them maybe fight for a vacant belt, or maybe Mauricio put on some sort of title eliminator tournament or shit? So I don't believe he retiring. I believe he just trying to keep himself relevant, trying to scare some people into some negotiating shit over there with AJ and Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn and them if he win, or Usyk side if they win, so he can try to get himself a big bag for undisputed. You know what I mean? That's what I think is going on. I won't believe that Tyson Fury is retired until that belt get dropped. And as long as he got the belt and they ain't talking about dropping that goddamn belt, his ass is still an active fighter, bro. And if he not, then Mauricio Suleiman, do your goddamn job. Keep the heavyweight division moving forward and let Joseph Parker and Joe George fight for a vacant, or let Deontay Wilder and Helenius fight for a vacant. Or if you want to make the four of them, since they are already supposed to fight, make a little tournament or some shit and let the two winners fight each other for the goddamn vacant title. If you ain't talking about doing that shit, then I'm not trying to hear nothing you talking about, bro.
Facts.
OTB.
I think that he just keeping his name attached to Deontay Wilder. I don't think that it's no coincidence that he talk about retiring right after we hear that Deontay Wilder coming back. That's just a way for you to keep your name attached without being active in the sport. And do I feel like Mauricio Suleiman them gonna strip him? Hell nah, they ain't gonna strip him. Shit, I don't think they gonna strip him. I think that he can retire today, tell us he retired, and then still remain that champion until they see the money that's there for him to fight whoever they want him to fight. Because I just don't see it. And then I think it's ironic that he talked this shit now when we 2 weeks, maybe a month outside Alexander Usyk and Joshua, but you was just talking shit to Usyk, telling him he was too small for you. Talking about you would chew him up and spit him out. So I ain't hearing that shit. And I don't think you want that Usyk fight. I think that you trying to petition your way into a fourth money Deontay Wilder fight. And this is your way of starting your breadcrumbs to do so.
Well, I don't know. He's a pretty unorthodox dude, bro. I don't take any weight into what Tyson Fury say. I don't know what I don't listen to nothing Mauricio Suleiman say. So that's just out the door. That motherfucker there is the biggest liar and the biggest fucking fraud and crook that I ever seen. So I mean, at this point, if he retired, fine. Drop the fucking belts. That would be my way to go. Okay, drop the belts because people gonna pick him up. Fuck it. It ain't gonna matter. But I don't believe it. I don't believe it till I see it. When I see it, then I'm gonna believe it. Tyson Fury say all kind of stupid shit all the time. So you can't weigh nothing he say. He go from one extreme to the next. So it don't matter at this point. I don't care. Like, nigga, if you gonna retire. If you not, fuck it. It ain't gonna make no difference to me. I want to see him. I want to see an undisputed champion, regardless of who it is. I really do. I want to see fucking I don't think AJ gonna win this fight, and I want to see him and Alexander Usyk get it in. I do. I want to see it. I want to see how Alexander Usyk would handle Tyson Fury and how Tyson Fury would. That's a good fucking fight to me. So I could care less if the motherfucker retire or not. I hope he don't. I hope they make a fucking undisputed fight. I really do. I want to see it. So I'm good with it.
Yeah, I don't believe shit Tyson Fury say, so he ain't retiring. Like, you already know how I feel about it. I don't think he ain't retiring, man. Like, it's headlines. It make good for headlines. Keep your name out there. You know, keep you relevant and shit like that. And he know he can say shit like that and get a big ass buzz from it, and people go crowd to it. And you know what I mean? Like, he know he not retiring no time soon, bro. His family ain't gonna let him retire, so he can say what he want to say. Right now, he know he got the probably the most buzz at the heavyweight division right now because he Tyson Fury and he beat Deontay Wilder, so he know his name and what he say holds weight. Especially, he just knocked out Dylan White ass too. So you know, he just playing on the public little emotions and things of that nature to see what type of feedback he get from saying the shit that he's saying though. But you know, that motherfucker ain't retiring, bro. It's too much money involved with him right now over there in the UK, him doing what he doing. So yeah, he ain't retiring. I ain't rocking with that shit. And that's the reason why Mauricio Suleiman ain't saying the key, because they know the motherfucker ain't retiring. They know for a fact he ain't going no goddamn word. Because it's like, if Joshua was to win, him and Joshua for undisputed over in the UK, that's all he waiting on to see though. I don't really think he want to fight Usyk. I think he want to fight Joshua. You know what I mean? I think he want to fight Joshua. So he just saying what he's saying and trying to wait till that fight over with to see who the winner is. You know what I'm saying? If Usyk win, the motherfucker probably do retire. Who knows? But if Joshua win, then they'll try to make that shit happen for undisputed, because it make a lot of business sense. And you know what I'm saying? It's undisputed over in the UK with two of the two biggest names over in the UK, and they'll make that shit play out for that. But other than that, it's just headlines to get a buzz back, to keep his damn name relevant until that fight over with, to see who win that shit.
Yeah, man. My whole thing is like, why does Mauricio Suleiman keep playing into this shit? All he needs to say is Tyson Fury is retiring, so go ahead and relinquish that title. That's all I need to hear from him. Tyson Fury is retired, and the title will be vacant. Other than that, making farewell videos, like how many times have y'all done this for Tyson Fury? That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with you. I don't think he really want to fight Usyk. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that Usyk is a name that really gets him up like that. I think he wants to fight Anthony Joshua. And if Anthony Joshua were to somehow pull off a victory, I think we'll see that fight be made. My man William Old School says, Coach, he say, have you ever fished out of Myrtle Grove or Lake Hermitage?
Yeah, absolutely. Myrtle Grove, absolutely. Shell Beach, Myrtle Grove, Delacroix, Port Sulphur, all over, everywhere.
He said, yeah, that's where his family camp out at. Okay. Yeah. John Turner said free play NFL preseason game. Green Bay plus 2.5, bet 1,000 pays 1,909. Shit, you gonna do that money? I ain't got it.
If what?
She said, he said free play NFL preseason Green Bay plus 2.5 bet. 1,000 payout, 1,909.
Leilani want to go and have fun, so
yeah,
it's right out here.
I need to go to the bank.
Who they playing?
Green Bay.
I
got to see shit. I ain't see it. I know we got like 4 or 5 games tonight though.
I don't trust nothing in the preseason, bro.
Me neither.
They played the 49ers, bro.
Yeah.
Niners and Packers.
Green Bay lost a lot of pieces this year too.
So they're gonna be letting
this year. You ain't getting the best. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna
you don't know what's gonna happen in preseason.
3rd and 4th string players is playing for a right to have a contract. I ain't betting on that.
Nah.
And y'all might, I feel what y'all saying, and that's a popular opinion about Usyk and Fury. And Fury don't want to fight him because it don't get him up. I just think, bro, Usyk is a bigger threat to Tyson Fury than a lot of people think, bro. Like that, Usyk can fight, and he a goddamn dog, bro. I think that's what it is. I think he see AJ as food, to be real with y'all, and he don't see Usyk as food like that, dog.
He do, because you got to think about them fight contrasts. You got Usyk who about to bounce, sit on his shots when he close, but you can't manipulate him with your jab like Tyson Fury like to do. And he good enough in the pocket that you're not going to lean on him for 12 rounds and tire him out. So, yeah, Usyk see him as food. You eliminate that jab, you home. It's home sweet home. Shit.
Usyk feet, bro. He'll be moving
crazy.
Moving fucking Fury all around that ring, bro. Like they ain't no easy fight for nobody, bro. If he ain't proved that shit to people by yet, shit, you ain't never gonna believe him then. Cause that, and on top of all of that, he a goddamn dog, bro. He is a dog.
But the advantage Tyson Fury got is that fucking long ass fucking jab too, though. The long ass jab and the long ass right hand, cause Usyk left handed. So it'll be an interesting fight, bro. And I'm telling y'all, I want to see it. I want to see that fucking fight, bro. I really do.
But I say you can't manipulate him with that jab because Usyk have head movement. Usyk head movement. It ain't A level, but it's B level because of his fight style, man. And he manipulates you with his feet.
But
like
Tyson
shit,
Fury,
you not
Tyson Fury jab is fucking fast, bro. That motherfucker ain't got no slow ass jab, bro. That fucking jab and that right hand stepping to the outside and throwing that fucking right hand, bro. That's tough, bro. That's tough on Usyk because
Tyson Fury fight different though too. Now he got a mean streak and he'll get your ass up out of there.
I favor Tyson Fury to beat Usyk. I feel like Tyson Fury. The thing that you need to do to beat Usyk, Tyson Fury would do it. That's use your weight to beat his ass. Like when you look at when he fought Derek Chisora, they was using their weight on Usyk, and you seen that shit played a part on him. You know what I mean? Anthony Joshua didn't do that shit the first time. You try to sit his big ass up there and box the man. But when he went forward, you seen the success he was having. When Anthony Joshua pressed forward, he had all the success in the world. When he stood still, you seen Usyk outwork his ass and outmaneuver him. So Tyson Fury, having the legs he got that can move with Usyk. Not saying he gonna move better than Usyk, but I feel like he'll do that. And once he get in the inside, he go grab him and lean on his mouth. He good with leaning and wearing your ass down. He do that shit the best out of anybody at the heavyweight division, where he put that fucking weight on your ass and wear your ass down and frustrate you and tire your ass out trying to wrestle that big motherfucker up off you. So I pick Tyson Fury to beat Usyk. But the thing is, do he feel like he can beat Usyk, and do he feel like, you know what I'm saying, he want to move and try to catch that motherfucker? So it'll be a good scrap. Don't get me wrong. You know, like you say, Coach, it's very appealing. I love to see it, but it's the point: do Tyson Fury want that shit or not?
I'm just sick of this motherfucker Tyson Fury, man. Always coming out trying to play with people and shit. You know what I'm saying, bro? Yeah. If you keep on coming out announcing these retirements, go sit the fuck down somewhere then. You know what I'm saying? Just gone. Talking about he put out a video talking about the weight of the world is on my shoulders and all of that. And man, ain't nobody trying to hear all of that.
I think just make a headline. That's all the fuck you doing. Make a headline.
Yeah, big fact. He know that fight coming up, and he want his name in the goddamn thing. So you know what they gonna do? They gonna ask him about they gonna ask AJ and Usyk about it. Come fight with his name gonna be buzzing like that's all that shit is, bro. I don't trust that motherfucker.
And by all they ass ride when his ass by how they got the media on this side. You know the media go play off of. We seen how they did that shit with Wilder. What he say? They blow that shit up 120%. Now. Every time he say something, it's gonna be big news to them. You know what I mean? And he earned the shit. I ain't gonna take it from him, but you know that's all it is. He making headlines. They gonna blow that shit up to the maximum of their ability, and he know his name is out there. That's all that shit is.
And salute to BFTB, the grave digger. Hey, you was wrong for that shit yesterday. Y'all was wrong, man. I was cooking on this shit earlier, BFTB. Y'all was wrong. Hey,
what up, BF?
And then what made it real bad is BFTV kept laughing in the camera and shit. Every time he got to cracking up, I got to cracking up. I'm like, this nigga BFTV, he out of line.
I got to laughing, goddamn it. I'm like, man, what the fuck, man?
The nigga, how he get to laughing and shit, bro? That shit just make you laugh.
Goddamn it, I got to laugh.
OTB, I held you down. I maintained professionalism.
OTB, I didn't really see no laughing on your face. What I seen on your face was some other shit.
OTB throat got dry and shit.
That nigga needed some water.
Bro, when you was in the middle of your round and you took a drink of water, bro, I'm like,
that nigga had the fort and some more shit over there. That motherfucker nervous in the motherfucker.
Throat got dry.
My nigga OTB said,
man, I woke up, knockout was on his last. He say, I got one more prediction, then I'm calling him up. I say, oh shit.
Yeah, I see the reoccurring
my joint, goddamn it. I say, man, all right, let's go.
Voice crack with his voice crack. I see, God.
But see, OTB, this my thing with you, bro. You know you my brother. I gotta keep it real. You keep making up all these excuses. I don't think
I ain't make no excuses, bro. Don't even take that as no excuse.
I don't think you was asleep. Let me say this, bro. I'm just gonna keep it real. I don't think you was asleep. I don't think you missed the topics. I don't think none of that. I just think, you know, you got in that motherfucker and you just laid the egg, bro. I just felt like you got up there and you seen all them people in the chat. Like I say, them lights is just different once they come on.
You
like
don't even see how many people in the chat when you in the stream yard. You can't see the number.
I know, but you kept looking at every motherfucker and what they was saying, and I was talking shit and joking on like I did that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew you was paying attention to all that shit, and all that shit got to you, bro. You was up in that motherfucker throat
dry.
Like
you said, it was some rookie shit, and I wasn't prepared. But I wasn't prepared a whole lot of rookie shit. Goddamn it, I fell asleep. I ain't making no excuses, and I ain't gonna lie about falling asleep.
When you said I see where I'm going with this. You see the reoccurring pattern. I'm like, oh, OTB, you're dead, man.
Man, by the end, I think
you're dead, man.
I was just like, I don't think I blew my high until the second round. I looked up in the second round. I was like, damn.
And then not only that, my nigga BFTB went first and set the table so you can piggyback off of, like, you gotta know how to pick. He went first on purpose to try to give you a chance. And you still couldn't pick up on that motherfucker, bro.
I told him to go first, but I wasn't tripping, and I I ain't tripping about the
Hey,
results, man. You take
but
them
you
how
got
you
up
get
there.
them.
At the end of the day,
Oh,
with all
no.
that shit, bro,
Yeah.
you still got up there. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
no
still-
doubt.
And
No
we ain't
doubt.
running
y'all
still.
don't understand how a lot of men, women, whoever, you know what I'm saying, they terrified of getting up on the panel and turning their camera on or speaking. They terrified of that shit. And you got up
But
there.
let me say that. Yeah, I mean, I feel that, but I'm gonna say that to say this, man. Y'all see how much detail I put into my breakdowns, so you know how I'm about to come back at this shit. If you don't know, go watch one of my breakdowns and see
No,
how
your breakdown
detailed
be
them
hard
is.
for sure.
I'm
Oh,
about
nah,
to
you
tell
just know
y'all
now.
what I know, man. Come on, man. And the next person who call me out, we can get it, and I'll make my icon, whatever the name of your channel is, for 30 days.
I'm calling you out right now.
Well, just make sure y'all pick on them.
Pick the
I'm
topic.
fucking with you.
Just make
Pick
sure.
the topic.
Yeah.
hey, man.
But nah,
But fuck enough of that fight Tyson Fury shit. Let's get into the main topic I want to get into before we wrap it up. Now, Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. Everybody know that fight it's not a guarantee. It's really not a guarantee. You know what I'm saying? It might happen. It might not happen. We don't know. We all crossing our fingers and hoping it happens. But if it don't happen, who is the fallback for Errol Spence, and who can Terence Crawford go and fight? We know he can't fight nobody on the PBC. We was talking about that earlier. If he don't fight Errol Spence, Terence Crawford is not getting an opponent on the PBC, right? At least into 2024. You know what I'm saying? And that would have to be some mandatory shit in another division. But
Can I go first?
huh? Yeah. Let me finish. Let me finish real quick, and then I'll let you go. And we'll start with you, and then we'll go. We'll start with you, go to coach, and then go around like that. So what I was saying is that Errol Spence, his fallback opponent. Who is his fallback opponent going to be? Now, we know Jerron Boots Ennis is his mandatory. I don't see a Jerron Boots Ennis fight happening right now because I think PBC is going to look at that fight and say, hey, this is a potential, or Showtime, right? They're going to look at that fight and say, this is a potential mega fight down the line. We still trying to build Jerron Boots Ennis as a mega superstar because we see the potential in him. He fuck around and we give him an Errol Spence fight right now. All of that hype is going to die out real fast. And we're not going to be able to make the most money off of Jerron Boots Ennis, right? So I don't see that fight happening, even though he is the mandatory. Now, Keith Thurman, I made a video about this. Keith Thurman, he did an interview, and Keith Thurman says, hey, I've been ready. I wanted to fight Terence Crawford. He didn't want to fight. You know, I've been sitting on the sidelines. I've been ready for a fight, but PBC hasn't given me a fight. They ain't set no contract on my desk. I've been keeping my weight down better than ever. I've been ready. So he's saying, hey, I think I'm the fallback. I am that guy. Now, for Keith Thurman to be saying this, PBC has had to come to him behind the scenes, right? We've heard rumors of Keith Thurman and Errol Spence. Well, Keith Thurman is saying that, hey, if the Terence Crawford and Errol Spence fight does not pan out, I'm the fallback guy. I'm the fallback. And yeah, Errol Spence is saying that he's not going to fight this and that. He says, but money talk and bullshit walk. So I believe once they present Errol Spence with the fight, and it's right there in front of his face, it's not just talking, and the money is right. Oh yeah, Errol Spence gonna fight me. I believe Errol Spence will fight me. So could it be Keith Thurman? Is Keith Thurman a viable fallback fight for Errol Spence? I think it's a big fight still. I think, you know, if they promote it and build it right, I think it's still a big fight. It's a fight that I would still love to see if we don't get a Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. I don't have no problem with a Keith Thurman and Errol Spence. But the question is, and I'm going to go to money first, who, in your opinion, could be a fallback opponent, realistic fallback opponent, if Errol Spence and Terence Crawford don't pan out?
Man, all I can do is take Errol Spence for his word, fam. And I think if it's no Terence Crawford, I think he go to 54, Keith. I'm gonna be real. I think he go to 54. I think
Put him
he,
in here, Nanny.
yeah, I think he really go to 54. I think he say he lead the division because, he's been very solid and true to his words. Now, like you said, I thought how you thought as well, Keith. Where I said, you know what? I think Al Heyman will compensate him handsomely, fam, handsomely to fight Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? On the pay per view and give him more than he ever made. I felt like, that's the only way that you go make Errol Spence fight a Keith Thurman is it got to make business sense. And I feel like they will probably do that just to get that fight at 47. And what you said, I think it'll shock Errol Spence how big of the fight can still be. You know what I'm saying? Because Thurman still haven't lost to none of you niggas, right? He lost to Manny Pacquiao. He still haven't lost to none of y'all, fam. And you being the first out of the bunch to beat him still holds, it got some weight to it, holds value. That's why I say Keith Thurman still has some weight if Turnbull Crawford was to beat him, if that was the fight he was to get. So that could be a possible fight if they come and pay him hands. They're gonna have to pay him some shit to make him change his mind because it's like you going back on your word. And you know how this gonna be. Once you fight a motherfuckers go, oh, he said he won't fight, that knockout shit. All I can do is take a man for his word, yo. And once they lie once, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like, you take a man word from him, you got to do something to make him get in that motherfucker, especially Errol Spence, because he's really stuck on I don't give a fuck. Like he did it again. Take the L out of lover. That shit is over with. There's nothing y'all can do to make me fight this motherfucker. So they have to come with a big ass bag to put him in the ring with Keith Thurman. I think Al Heyman would do that because Al Heyman is known to do that for his top guys, make them happy and get them what they're looking for. But besides that, I think EJ really takes off to 154 pounds and say, fuck Terence Crawford and fuck the rest of y'all. Y'all can have these titles. I'm going up because I'm tired of making this weight. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of making this weight. I'm tired of, straining my body to get down to this shit. And I feel like I'll be stronger at 54 and I'm ready to start a new chapter to grow my legacy of my career. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it as I'm taking Earl for his word. If there's no if there's no Turnbull Crawford, he relinquished the titles and he going up to 54. But it's just a slim possibility that Keith Thurman could be the next fight if they come with the right amount of money. Because a nigga ain't saying no to the right amount of money. Because that's what you're in the game for. Is to make them goddamn dollars. But I think he can go to 54. And who do I see him fighting at 54? It's a nice little list up there. Brian Castano being one of them. I don't know if you go right into a Brian Castano fight. You have Tony Harrison right there. You're going to have a few fighters that Earl can go up there and get it on with to put himself right in position for a world title fight. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm going to say is if it's no Turnbull Crawford, my guess is Errol Spence is out of the 47-pound division. He's going to 54.
Well, I agree. I agree with everything Money just said. And that's rare.
That's rare.
But I agree with everything Money just said just now. I think Errol Spence is the type of cat that's when he say something, bro, he mean it. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm not fucking fighting Keith Thurman. They would have to offer him a lot of money for him to take that fight just because of the fact that he said I never fight him. He corny. He didn't give me my opportunity, so screw him. You know what I'm saying? So I just think he'll move up to 154, and they got a lot of good fights at 154. So that's my take on it, bro. I agree with everything Money just said.
Damn, I usually sorry, I usually try and disagree with y'all, but I'm gonna agree. But I'm gonna say this: he go to 54 and fight Jermell Charlo. That's the fight that he take if you don't get Terence Crawford. That fight is huge. Who else got the resume of a Jermell?
Off left field shit like that? You know good so damn well he ain't fighting no Jermell Charlo.
Why wouldn't you? That's your homie. Y'all gonna make a bag. You talking about undisputed right there. Y'all familiar with each other. Come on now. You gonna make a bag. And if you plan on going to get the money fight, which is Canelo Alvarez, How else do you build a resume to get it? If you don't step up and go for undisputed right there, because they right there in front, they right there.
OTB.
So if you don't fight Bud, shit, tell me that fight ain't gonna be the biggest fight next year if they announce that fight. Come on now. You got a unified and an undisputed champion about to get it on for the straps. One moving up to fight the other one. Shit.
So Derrick James gonna walk across the ring every round? Huh?
Nah, of course you're gonna have to orchestrate how you do it as far as your trainer go, but he gonna make enough too. Shit, he gonna make enough too. Now they done already both addressed this issue before, in which one of them said, I wouldn't fight the homie, and the other one said, hey, if the bag right then, we can make it happen. How else do you make sure the bag right unless the belts is a part of it?
Man, Jamel will move up before that happens, bro.
Shit, man. So you telling me you don't fight the homie for the bag that they can get out of that fight?
Bro,
I don't see either one of them agreeing.
The names that's on both of their resumes is crazy.
I don't see that shit happen.
That's a big fight.
Nah, they ain't gonna. Hey, you got a hell of a creative mind. That shit ain't happening.
Hey,
bro, that motherfucker BFTB beat the sleeves off his ass.
Think about it. Think about it. Tell me that it don't make. Come on now. I ain't the only person that just brought this shit out of the sky.
Yeah, you the only person. That shit don't make no sense
because
Ryan Custer didn't ask Errol Spence would he ever fight.
That shit don't make no sense, bro.
It don't make sense because Jamel Charlo don't want to not have to train with Derrick James, and that would be the biggest fight of his career. So you think that Jamel Charlo is going to sign himself up for the biggest fight of his career, but have to use a different trainer? Because make no mistake about it, if you force Derrick James to choose, he training Errol, bro. So you're gonna go into a new trainer for the most difficult fight of your career, man. That shit ain't happening, bro. Just off of that alone, shit not happening, bro.
So now tell me then, how do we define the legacy of that fighter with that much talent? What fights? Give me now. I get the Brian Castano and I get
we got to stick to
the
topic.
I'll answer.
Go ahead.
I won't knock out to what is same question for
you, bro. I got you. I know the question, bro. So for me, bro, and I know this is probably not going to be popular on the panel, and I hate I have to run because the wife is calling. I think he should just go ahead and fight Keith, bro. I think he should just go ahead and fight Keith. That's a realistic PBC fight. That's a fight people have wanted to see for a long time. And at some point, I understand Earl standing on principle and where he coming from and what he thinking and all that shit. But at the same time, bro, we got to advocate for this shit to turn back into a sport. We got to advocate for this shit to turn back into competition. At the end of the day, motherfuckers in other sports don't get to be like, oh, you treated me this way or you did this to me and shit, so I'm not going to give you an opportunity. If you ain't fighting, give me a...
I agree. I want to see a fight.
I agree too. I do too.
I want to see a fight Keith Thurman.
All right, my bad, bro. But yeah, so just real quick, bro. Like
worse than you guys.
At some point, bro. At some point, like people been wanting this fight, and you wanted to fight a long time ago. Pride shouldn't get in the way. If Terence Crawford is not available and you're going to fight one more fight at 147 anyway, go ahead and dust Keith Thurman off. I understand the pride and I want to give a man an opportunity. That's cool, but this ain't a normal business. This is supposed to be a sport. This shit is supposed to be about being the best, athletics. And even though people think you'll watch Keith Thurman right now, there's always going to be a person where y'all kind of came up together, y'all tied together. Go ahead and handle that shit. Steph Curry don't get to be like, yo, Westbrook was talking shit about me, so I ain't playing against him. Or tennis player Serena can't be like, yeah, Venus is my sister. She my sister, so I know it's the Wimbledon final. I'm not playing against her, bro. At some point, as content creators and boxing fans and shit, we got to get back to promoting this shit as a sport. If we really want it to be a sport and we really want to see competition, that's what we got to do, bro. And I'm out, man.
But we just said
I
EJ shouldn't fight Mayo.
To add to that?
But we just said EJ shouldn't fight Mayo.
No,
why wouldn't you fight? First of all, Mayo has a fight coming up with Brian Castano, so it makes no sense what you talking about. Errol Spence ain't gonna fucking sit around 8-9 months to wait for a fight. We're talking about a fallback fight right now. If him and Terence Crawford don't happen, who does he fight next?
And he damn sure ain't fighting no damn Jamil Charlo.
Yeah, we know
no matter how good you want to make that shit sound.
I ain't hear that.
Even if it wasn't next, we know he's not fighting Jamil Charlo, man. You already heard what they said. Y'all keep talking about, oh, it's the biggest bag and this, that, and the third, right? You just heard him say we got the same trainer. Jamil Charlo let you know I'm not fighting my brother. I dropped the titles before I fight him. So we already know the situation there, fam. So we gotta look elsewhere and be realistic. You know what I'm saying? So it's about being realistic. He said, what's next and be realistic.
It gotta be Boots.
It ain't gonna be no Boots. He's leaving 50. He's leaving 47, fam.
Yeah.
And he'll fight Thurman. He'll fight Thurman for Boots because
the biggest sellable fight probably gonna be Brian Castaño with the history they got. With Castaño beating him in the amateurs. And Brian Castaño probably the best fight for him, not to mention them two pressure fighters. Brian Castaño gonna be on the front foot. Yeah. That's a lightning fight. It's fireworks the whole fight.
And to be real, at 147, if it's no Terence Crawford, the only fight that do like really make logical sense is Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? So everything else, sorry, that's what's really logical to get the winner.
Yep. I don't know. He might fight the WBA champion. He might fight Stanionis.
Nobody want to see that shit.
I'm just telling you, he might fight him. He's the WBA champion.
Y'all thought he broke an eye socket on you guys. He gonna break Stanionis' face.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. He might fight him. He the WBA regular champion. So, you know what I'm saying?
I don't see him fighting Stanionis. I don't see that's not a big enough fight. It ain't a big enough fight. They trying to make a big money fight with Errol Spence in the. Like I said, the only one right there at 147 is Keith Thurman right now. That's possible to be made. I think that him and Virgil Ortiz is a huge fight, but Virgil just got done fighting. Plus, Virgil is with Golden Boy. It's not that's a difficult fight to make. Yeah, so I mean, I think that. How do y'all see Errol Spence and Keith Thurman fight doing, pay-per-view wise? I think it does big numbers. People can say what they want to say, but they still gonna want to watch that fight. They still gonna want to attend that fight. And Keith Thurman can sell a fight. The one thing he can do.
They got history, shit. Like whenever you got some type of history, you can always sell history. Their history is you duck me, Keith Thurman come out and give his excuse on why he felt like he didn't duck him, but now it's the time. Keith Thurman can come out and bring up, motherfucker, the catch that you beat. I beat him before you. You know what I'm saying? So it's always something that you can sell that they can go back and forth on. So everybody wanted to see that fight. So we know it's a fight that can be built up and it's a fight they can sell. Like I say, he only lost to Manny Pacquiao. What Keith Thurman go tell him? None of y'all boys beat me. None of y'all. You know what I'm saying? The fight you wanted so bad, you didn't get it, but I got it. I took the L in it, but you didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of shit that goes along with that shit to where they don't like each other. It's bad blood. You can sell that shit as bad blood. You know the press conference gonna be fight because Keith Thurman know how to get under motherfucking skin. Regardless of what Errol Spence say, Keith Thurman know how to say some shit that get under your fucking skin, fam. Just like he under his goddamn skin right now. Why the reason why he don't want to fight his motherfucking ass? Because the fact of the matter is he under his skin and he know it. That's why the motherfucker say the little shit that he be saying. So, at the end of the day, that fight still holds some type of weight, and it's way bigger than Errol versus anything else besides Turnbull Crawford at 147.
Yeah. Definitely, Keith Thurman get under his skin. He do get under his skin, bro. Because Keith, Errol Spence even say like, man, he just rubbed me the wrong way. I don't like Keith Thurman. Like Keith Thurman gets under his skin. It's just some people that get under your skin, and Keith Thurman is one of them. And I think that the build up to that fight will be something serious because Keith is gonna talk shit, and Earl, he's not gonna have the same temperament towards Keith Thurman that he has towards everybody else that he fight. He feels some type of way personally for Keith Thurman, so that shit gonna get ugly during the build up. Shit, they might put hands on each other in the face off. Errol Spence might put hands on him. And we ain't
Exactly.
never seen Errol come out of character like that.
Exactly. They really don't like each other. Earl really don't like Keith. I ain't gonna say Keith really don't like
I don't
Earl,
think
but
Keith really got
yeah,
that big
that's
of a
what I'm gonna
problem.
say. That's what I'm
Earl
gonna say. I
is,
don't think Keith
yeah,
really don't like Earl, but I think Earl really don't like his ass.
right. And so that's gonna make for something, man. It's gonna make for something. The build up gonna be great. Everybody, like boxing fans, they forget things very fast. Once they announce that fight, it's gonna be like 2017 all over again, 2016 all over again. Everybody gonna want to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? And so, to me, Keith Thurman is the fallback opponent because you got to look at 154. Who he gonna go up to 154 and fight when Jermell Charlo got all the belts? I think he would stay one more time. I think he would stay down at 147 for one more fight and then move up. Because I mean, it's not like it's very hard for him to make the weight now because he's keeping his weight down and he's staying in shape. Already preparing himself for a 147 fight. He's already preparing himself to fight at 147 pounds his next fight. So if it falls through, yeah, Keith Thurman.
And then think about the timeline as well too. Think about the timeline, Keith. You fight Keith Thurman right now, it can take you until next year. And Jermell Charlo's supposed to be fighting in January, so he get the fight over with the man in January, the boy Costa Zoo. And guess what? Now Mel got time to drop titles, and now Earl got time to come up and fight for a vacant title. Now you know what I'm saying? You become a champion right off the back, so the timeline do add up. So we'll see if it play out like that.
You talking about Earl the body snatcher Spence
like
and Keith Thurman, man, he gonna break his ribs.
He walked behind the car.
Oh yeah,
he's gonna bring his legs.
He's gonna do something bad to him, but people gonna want to see that.
Can Keith bring his legs to the fight? You understand? Because we know that when Keith get on that horse and he worked them angles, Keith a bad motherfucker. But I think that's that pressure, boy, and that body snatching that dude do. That shit's special, man. And Keith, after his last performance and how we seen him spit that mouthpiece out, when Barrios hit you, man, when EJ hit you, boy, you about to spit out a couple teeth.
Is this OTB talking?
Right. That's what I was thinking right now.
Man.
Motherfucker, what?
Man, yeah.
This OTB talking about Errol Spence? Oh shit. I'm in Bizarro world for real. Yeah.
Man, I ain't never not called the film right, man. We gonna call that like we see it. Now the opinions, that's one thing, but when it come to goddamn it, what you see in that ring, shit, we ain't no denying that.
That's why he lost that debate so bad because he ain't believe none of that shit he was saying. Why that shit was a struggle.
Oh fuck.
Oh shit, man. But yeah, I don't have no problem with that fight. I like that fight. It's a solid fight. And shit, I mean, what percentage would y'all give? I say 60-40. What would y'all give percentage of that fight?
For as what?
Winning percentage for Keith Thurman.
70-30 my way. 70-30.
70-30. I'm gonna say 60-40. I'll say 60-40.
I'm gonna say 80-20.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm at 70-30 myself.
No.
I'm at 70-30 because I seen Earl been busy.
Too.
Yeah, Earl been busy. Earl is in fight mode. Keith Thurman had this fight, and like I say, and I'm gonna continue to say this. The first 6 rounds, Keith Thurman is dangerous for anybody. You know what I mean? He come out on fire. He come out swinging. The motherfucker can crack, right? He's smart in his own ways, but I just think in the first 6 rounds he come out, he's swinging. But after that, you can tell he's a front runner, especially with Errol Spence pressure that he put on him. He go throw that shit out. He go come out that bitch trying to swing and wing that shit. He go throw that shit, and that's the young Keith. So this the older Keith that his conditioning ain't as good as it was back then, and I don't think he's more hungry than he was back then. But I will say him fighting Errol Spence will put some get up in his shit. You know what I'm saying? He know who he fighting. So it's like he coming in there and it's a big fight. So he gonna try to do everything he got to do to be in the best shape of his life to not get embarrassed in that motherfucker. So he go come and fight. I just think after 5 or 6, I think after that, if he can't hit and hurt Earl to do some type of damage, you know what I mean? I think it's over for his ass. Earl gonna start walking his ass down. He gonna start trying to move and box, and we know that shit ain't gonna go too far with Earl cutting the ring off and bodying his ass. So, and I really keep it real. I see Earl stopping his ass around the 9th or the 10th. But I do give him like a 30% chance to try to land some shit early, because he'll come out and just go try to wing that shit and try to catch his ass with something and get his attention. But I see Earl stopping his ass around the 9th or the 10th with body shots. Might stop him upstairs with a TKO or something like that, but I think it's going to be from the body shots and the body work to sit his ass down and force his ass to fight, and then Earl just go to work on his ass in the second half of the fight.
Yeah, I agree. I see Errol stopping. I definitely see Errol stopping him.
Yeah,
I'm saying 60-40 because I give Keith Thurman a chance. If he come in like the old Keith Thurman, and maybe can, if he don't get hurt to the body, and that's a big if, and he can survive and outbox Errol, but I don't really see it happening. But I think, it's a good enough fight to give it a 60-40, But I got Errol definitely stopping him with a body shot. I say the fight don't go no more than 9 rounds. But it's still a fight that I would pay to see. Shit, it's a fight I would want to go see.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
And it's a big fight.
Yep, I think it's a beatdown. I don't think Keith Thurman can hurt him.
Oh, okay.
Keith Thurman ain't stopped nobody since I don't know when. I don't think he can hurt him.
Oh, okay.
He's been out the ring too fucking long. He fights sparingly. He hasn't fought.
I
Errol
bought
Spence
these.
been working since he came back from that accident. And I think that he will destroy Keith Thurman in that ring, and I don't give him hardly no shot at all. None. I really don't. What we seen from his body, every fighter now knows that Keith Thurman body is. It started off with colossal. That's when the shit started, and it ain't stopped. In every fight, he damn near spitting his mouthpiece out because of body. So you going into the ring with somebody who ultimately that's what he does. That is, he's going to get to you and he's gonna beat your ass. So I don't see it, bro. I don't see no shot at all for Keith Thurman.
Yeah, them was my sentiments exactly. That just ain't gonna be a good look. I got him at 70-30 though, because if he do bring his legs, he can survive. You understand? That's where the 30 come from. If he can survive that fight, and if he bring his legs, I think that he had a high enough IQ to survive in that fight.
I gotta go, brothers. It was good talking to y'all. Everybody come glove up to come check out the show tonight, bro. Y'all be up in there and support me, and me and the queen about to have dinner, so I'm gonna talk to y'all later.
We finna wrap it up. I'm finna wrap up the show right now anyway. I know this Mickey Bay and Tevin Farmer fight that's coming on. I don't know, you showing that fight? I know Lorenzo Simpson, I think he fighting right now, but
he fighting right now?
I think he is.
Damn, the call start. What is on, Keith?
Because I checked on the little betting app and they said his fight was starting.
What is on though? Like
it's on Fight TV. Fight app.
Try to find that shit.
You gonna show it?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hop on it.
I finna do it right now. I finna turn on my TV right now.
Give me your last words.
Oh man, shouts out to everybody, man. Much love for coming through, showing love, man. As always, y'all know. Make sure y'all hit that damn like button on y'all way out. If y'all ain't hit it on the way in, y'all come subscribe to me at Monty Brown TV. Follow me at Instagram, Monty the Writer. I'm about to get ready to show the fights on Monty the Writer if y'all need a place to come to watch the fights at. And y'all just keep supporting, man. Shouts out to Knockout. I like what he doing with the, with the debate thing he got going on, man. Shouts out to my brother OTB and BLTB from yesterday. Cool little situation going down, man. Y'all keep supporting the family. We do this shit for y'all, man. And y'all, come through, rock out with us, man, and show love, Drop some donations that time, man. Show some love. This shit ain't easy what we do. Take time out of our life to entertain y'all and to put the work in. You feel me? Not to sound like a nigga forcing, but at the same time, y'all got to show some love, man.
Right. Yeah, appreciate it. And y'all, like I said, Money, he gonna be showing the fight, Mickey Bay, Tevin Farmer, and yeah, man, I'm definitely gonna be ready to watch that fight. OTB, what you got going on? Let everybody know. Give me your closing words before you get up out of here.
Facts, man. Salute to the guys. Salute to y'all, man. Gotta say that, man. I appreciate both of y'all, man. With the utmost. We gonna keep working, man. We gonna keep grinding. Everybody go check out that show. I had a good show earlier with Ohio Runs Boxing. Me, him, Money, Knockout. We got it in real heavy, man. And you know, you win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day.
You live to fight another day.
So, man, everybody get the OTB boxing class 1-on-1. Man, the fight gonna break out and you gonna want to know what to do or what's gonna happen. So get there, man. Salute to my bros. I love, man. I'll be tapped in.
Yes, sir. And y'all could go to Money the Writer on Instagram. That's what Five Boxing Fan, Money the Writer on Instagram. He gonna be showing the fights and go through, you know what I'm saying, show him some love. And yes, sir. So anyway, y'all already know what it is. Another great show. Hit the like button if y'all ain't hit the like button before you get up out of here. And we got a great weekend of fights. And appreciate everybody coming through. Y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. And I'm gone, y'all.